Hey everybody, welcome to 30 Days with Jake. I'm Jake and this is my cigarette-free challenge. If you enjoy these videos, please click that like button, share, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already so you can be notified every time I upload a video. So today is day number 15. We are halfway done with my journey. So 15 more days, and just to recap from yesterday's video, I did buy a patch. I did buy patches. It came in a set of 7. Here they are right here, by Equate. So just to give some quick notes on it, a quick review, it works. The patch works, and I have not had any urges. So this is it right here, and a little bit of a note is that if you decide to get the patch, the Equate brand, I don't know if it happens to all the patches, but after first applying, it does have, it kind of comes off a little bit. So you got to be aware of that, and try not to sweat a lot. So I've shaved, and it dried off, and so it's on right now, and hopefully I can stay cigarette free. I did not smoke yesterday while at work for the 8 hours, so I'm very happy with that. And yeah, so today I'd like to introduce my uncle, Daniel J. Paredes Jr. This is a great man of God, and he has a doctorate in divinity. So yeah, Uncle, how are you feeling today? Are you excited?
I'm excited to hear that you didn't smoke for 8 hours yesterday. So that's a great start.
Yeah.
A day at a time. One day at a time.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
And I have a question: was there any time within these 11 years that I've been smoking that you might have been suspicious, or was it surprising when I called you up and asked you to come on for this 30-day journey of not smoking cigarettes?
No, I was actually wanting you to invite me to go smoke a cigarette, but you didn't invite.
Oh man.
No, actually, I wasn't taken back because this is what my wife and I do. We talk to a lot of people. I could have been taken back because you're my nephew, but we really don't have that aura of judgment, or that facade of pointing fingers at people like, whoa, Jacob, he's now, smoking a cigarette. What's next? A joint? No, not at all. But I'm actually happy that you involved me in your journey. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, thank you for coming on, and I appreciate that response. It is definitely helpful when we have peers, adults, family members, friends who are there for us and don't give any judgment, because it makes it easier to talk. And the thing is that if you have issues that you're going through, the important thing is to talk about it. You don't want to hold it in. So it is day 3 of my 3-part series, The Spirit, titled The Spirit. So I have a cigarette of the day, and it is Inner Man. So the idea for the cigarette of the day came from my uncle. I don't know if you'd like to give any, go more about it, or how you decided on the Inner Man and what that means.
The inner man, basically, the human body is made of three, I don't want to say identities, but maybe 3 persons or 3 entities, where you have the mind, the spirit, and the body. Obviously, the mind, whatever the spirit feels, it controls the mind controls the body. That's just a circle, a cycle. And so the spirit man is the inner man. Some people have said, well, it's the conscious, that little sweet voice that tells you do this or don't do that, or go this way, don't go that way. And so, but it's an inner voice, the inner man, that is connected. It has an automatic spirit magnet that's connected with the primary source of life, which is God, whatever God may be to you, But we have to believe in something And in me and my personal life, I believe in God as the utmost authority, as the one who is the creator, created man, women, animals, everything that we see, trees, beautiful trees, etc. And so that inner man is automatically connected. We have a magnet with that supreme being, with that author of life.
I love that answer, and I love that take on it. I don't think I've ever heard that about the three entities, persons within yourself. I think that was a great answer. I think that's important to think about, and how you said everything just ties in with each other. And I wanted to ask you how you feel the spirit is, how you feel it's important to our daily life, and how it affects our habits, specifically the motives behind what we decide to do with our life.
Obviously, the spirit has the fruit of the spirit, which is patience, love, um, everything that is good, has a positive energy, is of the spirit man. And so if you exercise your spirit man, obviously your spirit man will dictate to your brain to do everything that is good and pleasing, not only to God but to your fellow human beings. Then that mind will direct your body to go and do whatever it is that you need to do. So if your spirit is not fed, is not healthy, obviously the human nature will take over the mind. The mind will dictate what to do. The mind will dictate the body what to do, and the body therefore will do things that may not be socially acceptable, may not be law abiding, and that's where you have the war between the spirit man and the natural man. And the mind is basically in the middle, kind of like, who do I follow? I follow the spirit, or I follow the body? The body's so ugly, let me follow the spirit instead, or vice versa.
So, have you felt through your experiences any habits that have been a struggle to get through, how the spirit in your life, the exercising the spirit, has helped you personally?
Obviously, since we're human nature, we're human and we're spirit, but since we don't see the spirit, we see the natural man. We have a tendency automatically to follow the natural man. So obviously we're going to eat, hot dogs and hamburgers and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to do what we need to do because we're physical. We have physical eyes, we touch, we have all the senses, the five senses, and we have all the domains within us as well. Spirit being one. But since spirit we don't see, we kind of have a tendency of letting the spirit in the shadows. And so we have the tendency of following human being, human nature, human tendencies. And so therefore it is very difficult to exercise the spirit man. One is the time factor. Two is a responsibility factor. We got to get up, we got to run, we got to go work, we got to do this, we got to do that. Good things, but it's in the natural. And so when we get home, we are tired. When we get up to get ready to go to work, we're tired. So when are we feeding the spirit man? We hardly do. So that's, and in answering your question, that's where I have found myself to be battling to feed the spirit man. And so once I feed the spirit man, automatically, again, it feeds the brain. And the brain is no longer depressed. The person is no longer depressed. The person is no longer, sad or going through some issues, or can even filter certain issues that you need to be able to filter in order to be functional in life. Because your brain can't function anymore. You're so overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. You're disturbed. You're perturbed. And so, but when the spirit is healthy, the spirit automatically feeds the positive energy, because by nature we're negative energy. See, so that's why we know right from wrong. That's why it was sometimes not me, but other people might go and rob a liquor store, you know, or shoot someone. The gun not being the issue, it's the person, it's the intent behind the weapon. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So it's human nature. Usually, it's human stuff, negative energy. Spirit is positive energy. Yeah. I don't know if I answered your question or not.
Yeah.
I know I kind of went around, but it's so it's not convoluted, but we need more time to basically set up a baseline, and then from there go and address the different veins, the different topics of the spirit man.
The spirit man,
It's
the inner
so
man.
it's so grandiose. Inner man.
Inner man. So, again, to recap, it's so important that you work on your mind, body, and spirit. And spirit, right, would be the biggest thing to work on, because that feeds into the body and feeds into the mind, and the decisions that we make every single day are affected by that, affected by those three things. Do you have any advice you would give anybody watching on how living a spirit-filled life would greatly benefit them?
Let me go back a little bit. I do appreciate what you said early on. Anyone has any issues to discuss, to address, please do so. And I'm not tooting my own horn or my wife's, but we do counseling where we have clients that we counsel on different issues, whether it's marital, whether it's other issues, cognitive issues, whatever it is, but yet, yes, mentors, find a mentor with good reputation, to go and discuss this issue. As far as going back to your original question, what was your question? Just testing you as a host.
Oh, geez. Was I?
Any advice?
Oh, yeah, advice to
Yeah.
give to anybody who.
Yeah, to anyone who would be willing to exercise the spirit man.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anybody who's going through tough times, anybody who has a habit that they'd want to get rid of, anybody who's going through addiction, how would living a spirit-filled life greatly benefit them?
First of all, you need to stay away from people who are doing exactly what you're walking away from. You got to go to different people, different group of persons, where they're not doing what you're doing. Number one. Number two, you have to hang around with people who are spirit-minded, not religious, okay? Spirit-minded, who have been able to address and use and can actually access the potentials of the spirit man in them, so that you can learn the different modalities, if you would, learn how to basically access your spirit. And usually it's pastors, people who have read and understood the Bible and other books, of perhaps authors that they have written books. Those are the individuals that you need to address. And other than that, the last one would be just practice it. It's like everything in school that you go to. They give you tools, they give you information. Now it's up to you to practice what you read, what you're studying, so that you can become better and better and better at it. Self-control is a tool that we all have, but we don't really use it, because it's one of those things that human nature again overbears the spirit man. But self-control is very, very good. If you have it, if you don't, access it, begin to practice it, and it's like everything else. You go gambling, we're talking about addiction, we're talking about habits, we're talking about vices. For example, gambling. You know, person is gambling. You're basically supposed to substitute something else. Of course, that something else is positive, so that you won't go gamble anymore. You have to substitute something else. Okay, so hang around with people who are going somewhere. Okay, stay away from those who are doing exactly what you're walking away from.
That's good advice.
And we love you all, man. Whoever's going to be watching this video, we love you all.
Yes.
You know, I'm on Facebook too. You know, not Instagram or not on those crazy things, you know, the young people. But Facebook, somebody, a young girl told me, oh yeah, so yeah, Facebook is for old people. Hey, well, I'm on Facebook, so anyway, look me up. Look me up.
And that's under Daniel Paredes.
Daniel Paredes the second, number 2. Just go to Facebook and send me a message via Messenger, you know. Daniel Paredes, Roman numeral 2. And then just look me up and send me a little message. I'll message you back ASAP, and we'll do an intake and go from there. Whether it's drugs, whether it's joints, whether it's you know, gambling, whatever it may be, we're here to help. All right.
So contact this man here if you're looking for any kind of counseling services. He's got a lot of great experience, many years helping kids. What job did you have before?
I have many years experience conducting investigation assessments with LA County, with LA City, anyone that's going through issues, you know, with police, with children's services, mental health services, any elderly abuse. We are able to navigate through those systems and then assist you, give you information. All right.
And right now I'd like to, this video, this segment, I'm dedicating it to my uncle here. And I'd just like to give this time to thank you and show my appreciation for you and all that you've done for my family, for myself, showing us sympathies, your time, giving your time, sacrificing your time. And even, I don't think I've mentioned it before, but well, for you guys watching, my uncle here is a musician. He is an amazing musician. He's come out with a solo album. There was they started a family band growing up. My uncle here has, how old were you guys when you guys started that band?
Well, I was probably 16, 17.
Wow.
Yes, wet behind the ears, you know. And so we've recorded just 3 albums, 3 CDs, you know, in, what is it, in 40 years, 30? Yeah,
Well,
we took our time.
The first 2 were kind of back to back, right? Or
No, actually it's been, what is it, 10 years? 20 years. 20 years in between recordings. Yeah.
between the first and second.
Between the first and the second, 20 years. Between the second and the third, 20 years.
Wow.
So we're talking about 40 years now. 45 around there. Yeah.
So
It's been a while.
great musician, and I mean, I listen to the songs, you know, it's on my playlist, you know, while I'm at work, the songs will come up. I love every single one of the songs, and you actually wrote the songs,
Right.
and the lyrics and the
Yes.
music.
Music and lyrics.
The music and lyrics. You are such an inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and yeah, the family band is named The Heirs, and it's on iTunes.
Yes, HEIRS, The Heirs, iTunes and Spotify, Amazon, everything, all the digital stores.
And the album is The New Jerusalem.
And then The New Jerusalem, that's the title of the album.
And then your solo album was self-titled?
Right, it's the Soy Vencedor in Spanish. That's a complete Spanish CD. Soy Vencedor, that's the name of the album, of the CD. And then the third one is bilingual. That's The Pearls in My Journey.
The Pearls in My Journey.
Yeah, and that's a tribute, my tribute to all of the artists who influenced my musical career. to name a few, Andre Crouch, Chicago, Los Latinos, Little Joe, and La Familia, and of course your mom, Stella Mondragon, Stella Paredes Mondragon, who is resting in paradise, waiting to hear the sound of the last trumpet.
Yes.
Yes, well, we'll see her again, man. All right.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, just get off that cigarette, man. That's not a question. That's more of a request. No, it's again, if God had intended for us to smoke cigarettes, joints, anything that burns, wood, what is it, the logs in the back,
Yeah.
Firewood, He would have created a smokestack.
On a part of our body.
Yeah, because air doesn't come out through it comes out through our nostrils, but not our ears. And it comes out through our mouth, but that's our oral cavity. But yeah, I mean, if we have a smokestack, then we would have said, hey, we can burn some firewood, But anyway, it's just cigarettes it's a appeasing, calming mechanism. That people, and I understand why people smoke, but then they have to switch it for another thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you switch it for a lollipop, that's bad too, because it's going to give you diabetes. So the moral of the story is everything in its own time and in its own season, living a balanced life.
Balanced life. Balance. That's a great word. So thank you for coming on. And to all watching, again, if you have issues, please talk about it. You have Daniel J. Paredes on Facebook you can contact. And if you like these videos, please click that button down below. Share, comment, let me know what you're thinking, let me know what you're going through. Any questions you want to ask me, anything you'd like me to address in a future video, please put that down below. And subscribe if you haven't already so you can be notified every time I upload a video. I'm here, I'm waiting, I'm ready. I'll see you tomorrow.
And thank you.
And thank you, yes.